Hey guys, welcome back to InsaneBrit Gaming. I'm the InsaneBrit and this is June's update video for 2022. We're talking about the current playthroughs, the upcoming content and FIFA updates as well, and what I'm planning to do over the course of the season has now ended, etc. So yeah, lots to talk about. I'm going to touch on the Chelsea takeover, but I'm not going to dwell on it. I could do a whole other video on that and I'm not going to, but I'm just going to have a small smidge of a word on it and yeah, just to give you my thoughts and opinions on that. But again, I'm not going to dwell on it like I did one or two videos ago when I went on for like 10-15 minutes about it. I know a lot of people aren't interested in that to a point. Some of you are, but it's primarily not what my channel is not about. So, well, it's a big part of it, but like, I'm just not going to, you know, go into a whole 15-minute rant over it. Okay, so before we get into all of that good stuff, I want to talk about super thanks, etc. Super Thanks is now available to all the creators who are monetized, including myself. It's a way of thanking or donating to channels rather than go through a PayPal system or whatever. You can click the Super Thanks button and then you can donate £4, £5, £10, up to 50. I think there's an edit button where you can put in whatever amount you want. Again, that's up to you if you want to do that, of course. But what I've been told as well is that basically there is a highlighted system where they highlight the comment and stuff like that. I don't get many comments like that, so maybe it doesn't really appeal to you, but it is a way for you to support me. If you're interested in doing that, by all means. Also, what I was thinking about doing is if people do that, I would give you a shout out on the next month's vlog. That way it's a way of you getting something in return for your donation or whatever. That's just if you want to do that. I just thought that was maybe an idea to include that. Again, that's up to you. But anyway, again, didn't want to dwell on that, but I just thought that was an idea. I'm willing to do shout outs. If people donate to me, then cool, whatever, and do it for the super thanks, awesome, whatever. Again, totally up to you. We're up to terms of numbers actually, because we have grown slowly but surely. It is what it is. 3,300 subscribers. Hopefully it goes up, obviously, slowly but surely. We'll get more and more this month. But yeah, we've got a bunch of topics to talk about. So first and foremost, rest in peace to Ray Lotto, the legendary actor who played in Goodfellas, a bunch of other movies. I remember him mostly from that, and of course he played in the GTA games as well. One of the characters, I think it was Vice City. I think he ended on bad terms with Rockstar apparently. That's what I hear, but I don't know. But yeah, Ray Lotto, great actor. I loved him in Goodfellas, brilliant actor. Shocked that he died at age 67. Do you know what? I was looking for my analytics and I realized, I mean, I don't know why, but like I play SOCOM or played a lot of games with mostly Americans, and I realized that 25% of my audience is Americans. And I was like, wait a minute, that's kind of unusual. So 15% are from the UK. So yeah, I was like, oh, okay. I didn't really acknowledge that. So shout out to all the American viewers out there. Maybe you're watching because you're a fan of Pulisic and he's at Chelsea. Maybe you're watching because of Halo. Maybe you like Call of Duty content. I don't know, whatever. And rest in peace to all those in Texas. I'm not going to talk too much on that because obviously YouTube doesn't like it, but I will say this. Unless it doesn't matter who's in power, Democrat, Republican, unless someone does something or whatever, it's going to continue and going to happen again and again. I am pro-gun. I am one of those people. I don't get political on this channel or anything like that, but that's just me in general. I'm pro-gun, whatever. I know a lot of Americans with guns, ex-army, ex-military, great people. I am one of those people who are a fan of having people in the school to protect the children, so possibly ex-military on a security job there, you know what I mean, like guarding the school, to prevent it. But I will say this, unless something happens, it will happen again. But if you do put those military personnel in there and they are psychedelically tested or whatever, basically, someone could suffer some PTSD and then he might think he's back in Iran or Iraq and do something as well. So it's inevitable that unless something major happens, more people will lose their lives, and it will be, I'm going to say it, your children will pay the cost of this going forward. I'm just throwing it out there. It's just my opinion. Again, it's not a whole video on it. I'm not here to debate right or wrong. I'm just simply saying, if it don't change, then it is what it is, and there's various solutions. But rest in peace to all those innocent children that died. So moving on from that, Chelsea takeover. They're supposed to be announcing it or whatever. Nothing's been said yet. Maybe the time you're seeing this video it's been announced, I don't know. But for me, the Chelsea takeover is more or less completed, right? It's done, more or less. It's been promised around £200 million. So as the Roman Empire finishes or ends or crumbles, whatever you want to call it, the Bowley era or the Bowley Empire rises or begins, as it were. Koundé, I hope he does join. He was seen in London. Declan Rice, 120 million, 150 million. I would say just bite the bullet, pay the 80 to 100 million. You know, because those are the prices that certain players are just going for. And if you're going to have a young player in that position and he's really, really good, pay it. Or you can buy a cheaper option, don't get me wrong. Tillman Chu, or whatever his name is, from AS Monaco, says he wants to go to Real Madrid. That looks like we're not going to be able to get him, and he would have been on a free transfer. So there are players out there you can get better value. I've no doubt about that. But if you want Rice, you're going to have to pay that kind of money, unfortunately. I am happy that he is not signing a new contract with West Ham, just because he don't want to tie himself down like Harry Kane. Look what happened to Harry Kane. I mean, let's say Harry Kane's happy to stay at Tottenham and technically not win anything. You would have thought, you know, you gutted for him. You're like, man, you should have went to City. You should have went to Madrid, anywhere, but just to stay at Tottenham. Okay, Conte's gotten them working now, and then they've been given £150 million supposedly to invest in the squad. So maybe they'll do something. But ultimately, he's going to be one of those players like Alan Shearer that basically never really won anything. Scored goals, but never won anything. Like, I know Alan Shearer won the Premier League with Blackburn, but that's all he won. He had an opportunity to go to Manchester United. He chose Newcastle, and look what Manchester United's gone on and done without him. So, crazy. So, you know, it is what it is. So, I'm happy that kind of Rice is like, nah, fuck that, I'm not going to tie myself down, and then move to a bigger club. If Chelsea don't get him, he go to a Man United, or, well, I wouldn't go to Man United personally. I'd definitely go into a City, because they're looking for a holding role midfielder. So, you know, if they either pay the big money to West Ham, or they just wait and they eventually get him if Chelsea, you know, don't want him long term. We've been, so not only Koundé's been, and Rice has been mentioned, but Bosinia or whatever from Leicester, I think, has been mentioned as well. Apparently Dembele is also possible on a free transfer. People to leave could be Werner or Pulisic. I know a lot of people criticising Pulisic and everything, and a lot of people on Twitter, and I'll be honest with you, a lot of foreign fans, I mean, some of their opinions are just fucking stupid. I'm talking from just back, I don't know, how should I put it? I don't really listen to a lot of people's opinions on Twitter. A lot of them are like, this team is shit, or this player's shit, and I'm like, well, no, he's not shit, he's actually very good. You know what I mean? They're just like blasé. You know, it's like saying Arsenal were, like, the Invincibles were shit or something. It's like, no, they weren't, they were fucking brilliant. But people just, they're weird opinions, don't they? They have strange fucking, oh man, it's not a cogent argument. They don't have a, they're not a realist over it and honest about saying, like, oh, Thierry Henry was great. No, he wasn't. He was shit. No, he wasn't. He was fucking one of the best players ever. I wish Chelsea had him. It is what it is. So people's opinions on football, I don't really pay too much attention to, especially on Twitter. But like the likes of social media, like Twitter and Instagram, he's been getting hounded by so-called Chelsea fans from around the world, who people I just feel don't understand the game in itself. He hasn't had enough game time for me to be consistent. It is what it is. So yeah, I feel sorry for Pulisic. He may leave. I don't want to lose him. I think he's a good player. I wish he played more, and he was doing well, like here and there, when he came off the bench. So maybe earn the right to play more next season. But again, I don't know what Tuchel's choices are going to be. That kind of brings us into FIFA content as well. I will be doing the England simulations this World Cup or Nations League or whatever the fuck they call it. I don't know. That will be getting done. I will do one more career mode as well. I'll be doing that. I'll give you options now. You can vote now. So you can vote for Italy, Portugal, France. And because I did mention earlier in the video that United States there's 25% of United States fans or people who watch my channel, I'm going to put the USA in there. I've never done I think I've done a USA career once, like in 2008 or 9 or something, when I, before I was on YouTube. I only did it once and it was okay. But they got a lot more teams and they're a lot better squads and stuff like that. So that should be interesting. And again, you'll be able to vote for the team that I am, whether it be New York Red Bulls, Inter Miami, I think's there. I don't know. Los Angeles is there. LA Galaxy, I think, is a team. I don't know all the teams. So I'll pick a bunch and then you, like 3 or 4, and then you guys can vote for the team. If you put me in the USA, who knows, you might put me in France, you might put me in Portugal or Italy. So that's interesting. Barcelona career mode has now finished now. Um, Feelings on the finished playthroughs, the content that I just finished, they're now in the completed playthrough section. I'll move control there actually as well. I don't think I'll put control in there. Control is a AAA game. It was basically given away on PSN and Xbox and Game Pass, whatever. At this point, it's like Jesus. Everyone is like just given most away on most platforms. So more or less, everyone's had the opportunity to play it or played it, and there was no support for it. 4, 5, 6 people watched it. Less than that, even possibly could argue the same for Last Stop. But at the same time, Control I think was fun to play, but the story was boring and interesting, but boring. So there's parts that were interesting, but the majority of it was like, I don't give a shit. Move on with it. You know what I mean? These are the people that made Quantum Break, and Quantum Break was boring as shit. It was the worst fucking game ever. I fucking couldn't stand it. I was falling asleep when watching that game. I know what they tried to do, but it was boring as hell. So yeah, fuck that. So anyway, Control is more or less finished. I'm happy that's done. Last Stop was a choice-based game. It was like an indie game. It was based in Britain and all that. So I thought that was kind of interesting. I thought it was a good game. I know I kind of dragged it out. There was some shorter videos in there. Some of you may have loved it. Some of you hated it and were like, fuck it, I'll wait for it to be done. You know, it is what it is. But mostly I do hour videos. You guys know that. So yeah, Last Stop and Control are now done. And you can watch them in the completed playthrough section. I'll leave them in the annotations after this video or whatever. Upcoming playthroughs for this month, there'll be 2 playthroughs. Now I did say in terms of content, running out of content, finding new things to play, I don't want to play certain games. You know, it's getting hard to find certain things that I want to play on my type of game. So I picked 2 games. One of them is a game called Lake. Now Lake is a very passive, blasé game. It's very peaceful and more drama orientated or whatever, repetitive stuff. So it is what it is. If you're not going to play it, maybe just watch a couple of videos of me playing it, but ultimately I don't think it's going to be that popular because it is a very unique game that I've never really delved into. Well, I'll not say delved into this type of world, but it's a very strange game. It's like a simulation of life in many ways. It's kind of weird, but it is what it is, right? It's about relationships and stuff like that, so that's kind of interesting between the character, and you make choices and various stuff like that. So it's another choice-based game. And the second game I'm going to be playing, I thought, well, you know what, well, now you've got a kind of blasé game in there, which is like choice-based and slow-paced. Let's have some action. Let's get something going that people really want to see, or a series that we love, and that's Halo. So guys, I'll be playing Halo 4 this month as well. So Halo goes on for about 10 days or something, and then another 10 days of Lake or whatever, and I'll break them up, rotating over the next couple of weeks. So they will be the games for this month. So I hope you guys enjoy that. And I believe Halo 4 was the first one that 343 Industries made, where they did some kind of story with the girl or something or whatever. So I'll be playing that. And that's a game that, because we played all the Master Chief Collection, or was this the last game in the Master Chief Collection? I think it was, in theory. Whatever, it is what it is. So the next one I'll be playing is Halo 5 at some point, whenever that may be, I don't know. We've got Gears 5 to play as well. I think Gears 6 will probably come out in 1 or 2 years' time. Who knows, they're probably working on that as well. So yeah, Lake and Halo 4 is coming out this month. Call of Duty and FIFA 23. Well, Call of Duty basically got a new map out. You'll be seeing that this week as well, or just it might have just gone depending on when I release this video. And then we've got another 30 days before the new season starts. So season 4 will be starting up next month. FIFA 23 obviously will come out in September or whatever, and I'll be buying that on the PS4, buying both on the PS4, and this kind of coincides with the PS5 PC update. Unfortunately, because of various things that have happened and stuff like that, I'm not going to go into specifics, but I will say this: unless something changes at this point, I will be buying a PC, in theory, near Christmas, which is 6-7 months away. I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. Unless people donate or whatever, or something changes, that is when I'm going to be near enough buying a PC, and whichever one, I don't even know at this point. Maybe the lower end one. Unfortunately, I want to get an i9, or I was originally buying an i7 1070, but I was thinking about upping it to an i9 1070i. or whatever. So I don't know if I have the money for that. It's going to take a lot of saving and everything, and then I have to do that at Christmas time, around that time, and hope to God my current PC sticks out, like stays alive. And obviously the money comes in from selling that one. Yeah, it is what it is, and then after that I've got to buy a card catcher, because I believe at this point in time my current card catcher won't record a PS5, and then you're talking to get the PS5 as well. So it's a longevity thing. It's taken forever. I don't make money off YouTube like that, where I can say, guys, I made 1,500, I'm fine, I'll just buy the PC or something. It doesn't work that way. Not with me, not with my channel. It's too small, and that's just a given. I'm not crying at that. It's just a reality. So I'm always honest with my audience. So yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, so we're talking a new PC at Christmas time, and possibly a card catcher, a new one. That costs about 200. The PC I want is 1,500. It is what it is, right? So that's just to give you an update on that. Yeah. So again, maybe if it interests you, again, the first thing I talk about in this video is for a super thanks to be given to me or whatever, and I give you a shout out on next month's vlog. If you're happy to do that, then by all means. But again, that's here and there. But everything donated to me, even the ad revenue for every video that I get or whatever, all goes to the PC funding. So it is what it is. Anyway, I haven't been really watching too much stuff on Netflix or whatever, so I don't really talk about in that respect. I've been watching, I've watched a series called Robert, which is like he's a doll and he stabs people. It's kind of like Chucky, but a shittier version of it. I won't even lie, but it is funny. There's 6 films of it. You'd argue, well, that's why it's so popular. But basically I think people are interested in it a little bit, but it hasn't got any better. The acting is terrible in some of them. It's weird. It's like a cult following at this point. I've watched all 5 films. There's the 6th one I got to watch, and I'm like, oh god, I can't wait for that series to finish, so I don't have to watch it again, because the acting in it is bad. You think the quality is going to go up with the money that they make in each film, but it just never seems to happen. It's just bad acting, I feel. But Robert the Doll is quite funny. He's an ugly motherfucker as well. The last thing I want to talk about is what are my subs watching. Now this is interesting because I looked at my with all the things happening with YouTube and it's changing and stuff like that, they're giving us new research things and everything else and blah blah. So I was gonna look at some data here that I've got from all my subscribers, and again, this is supposed to help you create content and stuff like that. But I was just laughing at some of the shit that people were, not laughing at everything, obviously, but like, it's just a cut of things that you guys are Googling or putting into YouTube, and they're saying, hey, do this, do that. And, you know, this is what your audience is interested in, right? So listen to some of the things that people are actually putting into YouTube, right? So I'll go down the list. It goes from the top high end to the lowest or whatever. So, you know, this is just exercise. Not wrong with that, whatever. People putting exercise into YouTube. Okay. The back rooms. No idea what that is. Cats meowing. What? Xbox Series S. Unusual. Okay. Stimulus check update. Again, a lot of you Americans, I have no idea how, whatever. I've no idea. I've never given a stimulus check. I have no idea about an update for that. PC. People are just Googling PC. I don't know what that, whatever. Chocolate cake recipe. Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. All Our Foods keeps blowing up. I have no idea what that is. Dodge Challenger. As a car, right? Crawfish boil. Someone wants to know how to boil crawfish. Evolution of. Don't know what that is. Just says evolution of. Turkey cool. No idea what that is. Desk setup. Okay, so someone's trying to get a desk setup. How to install Windows 10. Okay. Audi A3. Compound microscope class 12. Brisket. Isn't that a Jewish thing? I remember brisket being on Big Bang Theory. Windows 10 content gap. So there's a content gap they're telling me for Windows 10. Get fucked. Like Windows 10, like if I googled Windows 10, there's a shitload of stuff you can on Windows 10. How's there a content gap in that? Backroom pitfalls. I have no idea what that is. PC setup. Okay, fair enough. How to make money as a teenager. Okay. A lot of you are teens, or 18 to 24 actually. Tanghulu? What the fuck is that? Day trading for beginners, so stocks, people interested in stocks, trying to become millionaires here. How to make robot. Literally, how to make robot. Not to how to make a robot. How to make robot. Windows XP. Who the fuck is using Windows XP? Must be a old computer. Damn. Zinc. HP Victus. Don't know what that is. PS4 Pro. And finally, cotton candy machine. What? Weird. Weird what you're putting in. Maybe I could do a video where I'm showing you my PC setup, eating cotton candy, and I'm, I don't know, making a robot or something. That's fucking weird. But yeah, I just thought that was kind of interesting to see what my subscribers are putting in to Google, or well, not Google, to YouTube. So that's kind of interesting. But none of it's for my channel specifically like related to gaming as such, other than the Xbox and the PS4 Pro. But PS4 Pro is a piece of shit. Guys, do not buy a PS4 Pro. Buy a PS5. Wait for a PS5, or buy a PS4 Slim. But then, I mean, then again, if you're not recording, you might be okay with a PS4 Pro. But you're going to have a jet engine in your fucking ear going, even to the point where my friend can hear it on Skype and he's like, this drives me fucking nuts. I'm like, I know, it is what it is, now I can do about it, dude. And I fucking vacuumed it and shit, you know, I've cleaned it out, whatever, it is what it is. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this month's update. We're on for about 21 minutes. That's not too bad. So, guys, don't forget you can donate to me via Super Thanks and have a shout-out next month's video. Not only that, you can vote on the FIFA career mode that's up and coming, which will probably be the last one at this point in time until FIFA 23. And, yeah, it is what it is. So, hopefully... and I'll be buying the next COD as well. And when I do eventually get a PS5 and everything, I'll be able to play all the Call of Duties, the Bioshocks, the Uncharted. All those games we're kind of missing out on right now. It is what it is. And I did want to replay Red Dead. So, yeah. But again, it's far off in the distance. But we're going to keep on going along. And I'll be releasing content as and when. Remember, guys, this month is Halo and Lake. And if you're interested in Control or Last Stop, they're now in the completed playthrough section, and the Barcelona career mode is now finished as well. Goal of the month will continue as well, up until FIFA 23 or whatever comes out, whatever. It is what it is. Anyway, guys, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Links for all that stuff in the description below, and I will see you next time. Thanks so much for watching.